Welcome, Earth Angels, to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Silverwillow, and today we are going to talk about the full moon on October 31st of 2020. This is a full moon in Taurus, where the sun is going to be looking directly into our moon mother. And let's see what we have in store for us on this very special day. I would have to say that Halloween is always a fun day for me, regardless of what's going on. It's always full of surprises during that time because of Scorpio. So let's get started with the reading. So this full moon is going to happen at 7:49 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's going to be 10:49 Eastern Standard Time. So this is going to be happening in the morning. This is when we're going to feel this buildup coming to a conclusion around that time during the morning, when some of us are either having breakfast or brunch. So what does this mean for all of us? And what should we expect to happen during that day? First of all, I want to tell you that although Scorpio is involved in this moon, in this full moon, you should not feel scared, nor you should feel that something horrible is going to happen. Whatever the outcome that will occur during this time, it's going to be one that should be welcome and one that we are all ready for. The whole energies have been building up to this moment in order for us to finally make a final decision as to where we want to go in our lives and what areas we would like to definitely change. And that includes our relationships. That includes where we are building abundance in our lives, where we're bringing in our harvest. What the universe wants us to do is to make a decision, and not a bland one, or not a hot or a cold one. What it wants us to do is to finally make that decision that it's the final road that we're going to take to build our new life in this world, where we're more authentic and when we're more real with ourselves, where we could come in a space in our heart where we feel more whole, where we feel more secured, where we feel more valued, where we feel that our place and our time and where we are in that moment within this experience that we are all having in this earthly plane, where you will feel that you can experience what life has to offer to you in a tangible way. It's no longer about the thought processes or what you feel would look nice to you, or the idealism that surrounds a certain idea or dream that you have had. What this full moon wants you to do is to take inventory. And what I mean by taking inventory is where you access your life and you're like, what brings value into my life and happiness, and brings things that make me feel good, that make me feel safe, that bring resources to me that I can use to manifest things in this world. And that includes relationships. That includes business relationships, friendships. It also includes romantic ones, relationships of all types, contracts. So if there's any relationships that are not bringing in any value or assistance or make you feel appreciated, if there's any area in your life where you feel that it's just bringing you a lot of unhappiness and it's bringing you tears, it's not bringing you any comfort, there's a lot of toxicity built around it. It could even be an area where you might be feeling like you're being manipulated into staying, or you might be tricked in some way financially, so you could stay in the relationship or stay in the situation that you are at. If you feel this type of energy, the energy of this full moon is building up where you will feel that you're ready to just walk into your new life. It's not even going to feel bad to you. There might be a lot of emotion building up to the day, but when it finally happens, you are going to feel this release, and you're going to feel like you're just ready to start new and fresh. Because this dream that you have, the ultimate dream that you have, is one where you want to be happy, and where you want to be valued, and where you want to feel loved and comforted, and that you can build a life that has a lasting effect. So if there's things holding you back, or you feel some way that you're trapped, or that you're being manipulated, or that you're oppressed, you're gonna feel like you're gonna speak up. It's gonna come within you. You're probably gonna be shocked when you speak about it, but it's gonna bring that release that you need in order to move forward towards your North Star, towards your destiny. Because ultimately that's what the energy is trying to do. It's trying to move you forward to say those things that need to be said in order for you to walk towards your destiny. And ultimately, you are going to feel on a deeper level, on a subconscious level, you're going to feel that you did the right thing. You're going to feel perhaps that maybe what was said was a little awkward, or it might come off awkward how you said it, or it might not even be the best moment when you say it. It's just going to come out of your mouth, or it's going to come out of somebody else's mouth. But whatever is said during that day, it's going to be received in a way that was going to provide some form of relief, some form of release of a karmic tie, and ultimately lead to your highest good and to the highest good of all. We also have here Neptune and Pisces forming a square again to the North Node. What this means is that you're going to feel this incredible boost within you. You're going to feel like whatever it is that you said, even if it doesn't fully make sense at the time for you, or why you said it, or maybe it broke kind of like that dream that you wanted to maintain. It was just one of those dreams that you really wanted to be fulfilled. Although you broke the news, or the news was being broken to you. What this ultimately means is that in the way that it's being presented to you will feel, in a sense, inflated. There might be a lot of information coming in as well as to why the decision was made, if you are open to it. Or there might be some self-realizations when that message is delivered to you that will ultimately provide you internally with all that information that you need. It could also mean, when Neptune squares the North Node, is that some people may feel overconfident. You may feel overconfident to move forward with your decision, and nothing is going to make you feel like you want to go back. You feel this sense of that what your decision, or the decision that was made, or the decision that was finalized, is where you're going to be moving forward, and there's no going backwards, which ultimately leaves a lot of room and freedom for you to create the things that you need to do in order to grow. And I feel like this is very exciting. We also have still this square here to Jupiter and to Pluto and to, it's almost to Saturn there. It's almost separating. And again, it comes with these feelings that you're being oppressed. You feel like you're being oppressed by a higher authority or by some commitment that you have made. And you need to make a new deal. You need to talk about what is not working for you. Whatever parties are involved are gonna talk about this. They're gonna talk about what is and isn't working. Because Mars no longer wants to feel oppressed. Mars wants to move forward. And wherever Mars is in your chart, that's where you might be feeling this oppression. That whatever goal or relationship that you've been having isn't moving. It's not budging. It's not moving forward where you want it to go. This could also present like maybe a boss at your job where they're not allowing you to make a leap in your career, or they're holding you back, or they might think you're not ready, or they might use some form of tactic to keep you where you are at. And Mars no longer wants to wait. It's beginning to feel this tension and this buildup. And that is how you may be feeling inside, this tension growing that was just slowly simmering, but now has come to a boiling point where you feel that you need to take action for yourself in order to move forward with your goals. And if this higher authority is not gonna help you manifest what you're trying to manifest or come to a terms or agreement with you, you will speak up about it, because what's most important to you right now is for you to head towards where your destiny is calling. And that is why Neptune is supporting this with the square to the north node, making whatever needs to be said to feel boisterous or overconfident, to feel like there's no boundary there in order for you to communicate this, or in order for you to move forward. Even if there's boundaries there, Neptune wants to dissolve them in order for you to move forward. And you might feel a little confused as to how that's going to happen, but you're being supported by the universe for you to make this decision. And you already know what decision it is that you want to make. By now, by the full moon, you will know. And I want to talk about this beautiful trine that is happening between Mercury and the North Node. Again, the communication is leading for you to negotiate in order to achieve the life that you're trying to build for yourself. You're trying to have more fun in your life. You're trying to feel more free in your life. This is also going to open up some portal for you to find any information that has been hard for you to find in the past. If there's been information or some form of things that have been hidden from you from the past, or some detail that needed to come out in order for you to move towards your goals, this is going to happen on this day, or building up to the day. This portal is going to allow you to get that information that you need. Also, with Saturn conjunct the moon in an opposition to the sun, again, whatever has been hidden, that hasn't been said or hasn't been expressed, is going to come out in a very shocking way. Whatever surprise you're going to get, it's going to shock you, whether it's going to be a good surprise or what's perceived as a bad surprise, but ultimately for the highest good, which is actually a very great surprise, in clearing your karma in order for you to move forward. It's going to be said and it's going to be done. On Halloween, or the 2 days prior to Halloween or the 2 days after, I want you to look at this as an opportunity to start fresh, to start new, to actually get those answers that you've been wanting to receive, that you have either been really open to receiving or maybe not ready to receive, but that the universe feels that it's time for you to know the truth in order for you to become the best version of yourself, in order for you to move forward into that life that brings you ultimately more happiness, and where you go towards those people or situations that make you feel good in your heart, that make you feel whole, that make you experience the sensuous world. Because we're here to taste, we're here to touch, to hear, to feel, to sense. So if you feel dead inside, and that's being caused by because you're feeling oppressed, hell yeah, this full moon's gonna shock you in a way in order for you to move forward. And the astrology is saying that ultimately it will be well received. It's for your highest good. It just really depends on your mental state and how you want to handle the news. But the astrology is saying that it will be shocking news, or it will be delivered, or you will be the one who will be delivering the shocking news. Maybe it's going to be shocking and feel like to someone or yourself that's coming out of nowhere or left field, but deep down inside you or the other party knew that this was coming and that this is what needed to happen in order for everyone involved to move towards a better place in their lives. With Scorpio, which is the ruler of Scorpio, the current ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. It's the planet of death and rebirth. So it's bringing forth this little death in order for you to rebirth yourself, in order for you to rebirth something better in your world. And usually the planet Pluto does not bring an end to something that is good in your life, or that is authentic to your life, or that's ultimately operating for your highest good. It only brings a death in your life where whatever that is no longer has a place here in this time frame. So for some of you, given the fact that it's Taurus, where this is our values, and it also rules our money, and it also rules, our finances, and Scorpio also is where we get our finances from, or the people that surround us that make that opportunity possible. For some of you, it could be letting go of a job, or it could be this job letting go of you. But you will be feeling a release, and you will be feeling relieved, because here in the sign of Scorpio, whenever it expresses its highest truth, whenever it realizes once it uncovers everything that's been hidden or dark or heavy, that's where it finds its bliss. That's where, the student becomes the shaman, or that's where the student becomes the teacher, or that's where the hero walked through the darkest journey and hit the climax, and now he's on top of the world. And you could be the one that's going to ultimately be on top of the world. And ultimately, it's up to you to decide where you want to go and what direction you want to take. And you could dream big. You really can. The importance is that you know the truth. And where we find the truth, we find freedom. Well, thank you, Earth Angels, for joining me tonight. to go over the full moon in Taurus on this Halloween night. I really wish you the best. I really wish you a fun night, and thank you and blessed be.